Hi everyone, and welcome to how to use the calendar. So if you don't know, my name is Kelita Sahliah and I am the creator of both of these calendars, and there will be more to come every year. So welcome anyway, and I just wanted to show, though it is a calendar and it's pretty straightforward, like you just see what happens on the days, but if you are new to astrology especially, then this video is for you. So first off, I have to say that this calendar is in alignment with the visible sky, meaning it is different to mainstream astrology. If you do not know already, mainstream astrology is off by a few degrees. It just is. However, this one is in alignment with the sky, so the placements, the dates will be a little bit different, so do keep that in mind. Also, the first thing you'll notice is that it starts in April. Now, reason being is because we follow the actual sky and the circle, the story of the zodiac wheel. So we start technically in Pisces and then we finish in Pisces. It goes from Pisces to Pisces. Why? Because astrology links to us ultimately, and when we are birthed in the waters, which is Pisces, and then we come out of our mother's birthing canal, and that's when the fire element Aries kicks in. So as you'll see, we start in April, the sun is in Pisces, and then we move into Aries on that day, and then at the end we're in Aquarius, and then the sun enters into Pisces. So that is the reason why it starts in April. So definitely do grab this one, as it does go up until March of 2024 if you would like. But anyway, let's get more into the calendar and how to use it. So it's amazing for beginners, I'd say, or anyone just wanting to learn the symbology. There are a lot of symbols on this calendar, and you can refer to the back. We will be going into the computer so you can see it a little bit more clearer, but we'll be going into a lot of symbology. The back has all of the symbols available, so you know the symbology of it and you can learn it for yourself, because our mind, our brain recognizes symbols the most. So things won't say like the full-on Mercury retrograde, for example. It will have the symbol of Mercury and then it will have R for retrograde. So I'll show you as an example. Here you've got Mercury stations retrograde. Okay, so it's things of that nature. Is to help us to learn more of the symbology, and also going a little step further into this calendar, we have the zodiac to body correlation, as you can see right there. So all of the zodiacs correlate to an area within our body, so this calendar will also show you that. We've got the whole list of it there as well, and yeah, we've got all the Mercury and retrograde dates. But let's go into the computer so I can show you a little bit better. With this calendar, I do also link this. I use this to interpret the crypto markets as well, so do keep that in mind. And I do give an energy update every cycle, going over the energies of what happens. So we've already been done over 52 of them as we went through it in this calendar, but definitely do check that out. And let's go over to the computer so I can show you a little bit more now, so you can have a better look at the calendar. But this is basically it. Take note of what is included. We do have all of the luminary transits. We've got 16 plus star constellations, because of course we use the actual visible sky. So there's much more. There's 88 actually, but we go over 16 to 17. There's all the moon phases in there, the luminary and retrograde dates. There's an introduction to alchemy, as I also show you the elements that fuels each luminary. We've got all the eclipse and equinox dates, and of course, as I mentioned before, the zodiac to body correlation. I did mention we give an energy update every cycle. We link it to cryptocurrency, and throughout the year we will be going over the in-depth meaning of all the symbologies, so do stick around for that. We'll be using gematria, numerology, and much more, symbology as well, because the symbols alone say a lot. And of course, don't just believe me, don't just follow this calendar, follow with yourself and get the app. But I do feel it's an amazing resource even if the year is over, to learn from this calendar. But let's get into it. If you're watching this video, of course you may have the calendar already, so feel free to read this in your calendar. I'll just point this out, it is coming from the London GMT time because that is where I am. So depending on where you are, just follow the app follow the app to get the exact times, because I don't put the time of entry in the calendar, it's just the day of entry, meaning even if a transit happens like 2 minutes before midnight, it will still be on that day. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's starting from the moment you wake up, it's transited, it could be literally at the end of the day. So of course do follow along with the app as well. So you'll also see we've got all of the dates in place. We've got the moon dates as well. We've got all the moon dates, the new moon, no moon, and the full moons, along with their the name of it. Do stick around as well, because I will be creating a Patreon where we go over each moon. Okay, we're gonna go over each moon to know the deeper element behind the energies behind it, as well as I do give energy updates. We're gonna go like a little deeper into every month how the energies of the luminaries are supporting you for that month. Okay, so the first one will be out on YouTube in January, and then every month it will be on Patreon after that. It will be donation based. £4 is the minimum, and every tier has access to it all, but you just decide how much you'd like to give. At the back, where you learn all the symbologies, you can see, if you're not sure on which moon phases they are, you've got it right here. You've got all the star constellations as well as all of the luminaries. If you notice, we go a little bit deeper and we look into the child luminary as well. We follow child, excuse me, Fortuna, Chiron, Lilith, all of these luminaries we follow. And as you notice here, we've got the constellations. We have more at the bottom, as I said, we've got Cetus, Aquila, Scutum, and Sextans. So a little more than the 12. And of course, we've got this hidden one here, Ophiuchus. These are the elements. So if you are unsure which element is what, just refer back to the back, and we've got the yin and yang, which is masculine and feminine. But let's take a look at April so you can see. So in April, you will see which polarity the zodiacs are in. So in April, as I said, we start in Pisces, because according to the sky, Pisces is in it, the sun is in Pisces still in April. So Pisces is yin and Aries is yang. So we've got the polarities there. We then have, which zodiac of the month is, which zodiacs are in this month, which luminaries fuel it. So as you can see, Pisces is fueled by Neptune as well as Jupiter, and Aries is fueled by Mars. Pisces is a water element, so the elements at the back, and Aries is that fire element. We then have over here the body to zodiac correlation. So again, it's knowing the symbologies. You'll be aware, like, okay, that's Pisces, okay, this is Aries. Pisces rules the feet and Aries rules the cerebrium. Okay, so if there's anything you don't know, this is where it's time to learn, but it's part of the mind, part of the brain. Okay, so in this part of the calendar, you will have it in order of what is happening and where. So for example, in the actual calendar, it says Mercury stations retrograde, but if you look up here, you'll know where it's stationing retrograde, and that's happening on the 1st of April. You have all of the moons, the name of the moon, the solar eclipse, and it's all in there. Do take note of the pictures of the stars. This is Pisces and this is Aries, as they are similar to how they look in the sky. Depending on where you are, I am in a polluted area, so I don't see much, but I can see 1, 2, 3 points of Pisces. I haven't saw Aries yet in the sky because of where I am, but they are all along the calendar, as you can see, even in May, and it continues up until March. So do keep an eye out for what they look like in the sky. And yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much how to use the calendar. So that is basically the gist of how to use the calendar. Just pay attention to just these parts, so you can just learn more about it. And not only that, as I did say, I do go over an energy update every cycle, every Thursday. So ultimately, it's just paying attention to when these transits happen. How is your life going? How do you feel? You know, and see if it aligns. I feel it's like a big old experiment, as I realized this isn't mainstream astrology, it's nature. And it's interesting to see how nature, the actual visible sky, truly impacts us. But yeah, even if you don't want to do that and you're just into astrology, of course you've got all the transits, everything, retrogrades, and all that in one place. So yeah, that is it. Do make sure you check out the Crypto Angles podcast. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you enjoy the calendar. I do hope you like it. And happy expanding, people. Let's return to nature, the waters above. But with that being said, angel